What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Pepe and I'm a digital and film photographer based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. If you've been following me for the last couple of months, you've probably seen my attempt at developing film at home. Surprisingly, I succeeded to develop 3 rolls of film in that one go. Since then, I've developed 9 more rolls and I helped my wife develop 2 of her own. While I don't consider myself as an expert in this area, at least not yet, I wanted to go ahead and make this video for those of you who are getting ready to develop your first roll at home. Well, let's not waste any time and let's go ahead and talk about the first thing to remember when developing at home. First, I wanted to go ahead and talk about the breakdown of developing at home versus developing with a lab. While there is a major difference in price, the real factor is the quality of the outcome you get. If you take your roll to a film lab, you're 99% guaranteed to get a consistent development and scanning of your film, as long as you take it to a trustworthy lab, of course. Nowadays, it's actually pretty easy to find a trustworthy lab that you can take your rolls to. And for whatever reason, if you don't have a local lab, there are great mail-in services online that you can find. Like, for example, the Darkroom. However, now this is where it can actually get expensive. Between the shipping, the developing, and scanning, some places cost over $20 per roll. Now that's where it starts to add up, especially if you have multiple rolls to develop. Now, on the other hand, developing at home can bring the cost to a little bit over $1 per roll. But of course, depending on the skills and the equipment that you use, the quality can change drastically. On one side, you have the professional lab equipment and years of tech experience. On the other, it's just you in a makeshift lab in your bathroom or kitchen. It takes time and skill to get a consistent photo every single time when developing at home. It's not impossible, but it is just going to take some time. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the chemicals. When I first started, I found the chemical talk a little confusing. You hear terms like C41 for color, E6 for slide film, and DF96. It's a popular black and white monobath, meaning only one bath for your film. Knowing your film type makes it easier to choose your chemicals. Most popular films like Kodak, Fujifilm, and Cinestill use the C41 process. Within my research, I found that the Cinestill C41 developing kit to be the most straightforward for beginners, containing step-by-step instructions and color-coded chemicals that makes it super easy to understand and follow them, and have a temperature and time chart based on if you're doing a normal developing or if you're pushing and pulling your film. These charts will actually help quite a bit in the process when learning how to develop at home. Regarding storage, chemicals stay fresh longer in dark, airless environments. Using according style containers can help your chemicals stay fresh up to 6 months. Finally, check your state rules on how to dispose of photography chemicals, because all of these chemicals that we're working with are actually very toxic to you and to the environment. These rules and regulations will help you understand and know where you need to take these chemicals when disposing of them when you're done. So please avoid throwing away your chemicals or draining them down your sink. The temperature of your chemicals and the amount of time you let your film soak in them is crucial, especially for color film. The standard for C41 is 102 degrees Fahrenheit or 39 Celsius for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Controlling this is the secret for consistent photos. While you can develop at a lower temperature by increasing the time, using a sous vide is a total game changer. It allows you to dial in the exact temperature and stay there, making the whole process much faster and more reliable. This section makes or breaks an image. Even a perfectly developed negative can look bad with a poor scanner. You can of course spend thousands of dollars on a dedicated film scanner, or a high-end digital camera to scan your photos. There are a few couple hundred film scanners that you can get online, but of course, depending on the quality of the scanner is where it can make or break your image. You can even scan your negatives using your phone. The only thing to remember that if you're using a high-end digital camera or even your phone is to make sure that you have the option for a macro shot. You want to make sure you fill the frame with the negative to make sure that you get the best quality out of it. I personally use my digital camera to scan my negatives, and then I bring them into Lightroom to get them edited. I use the Negative Lab Pro plugin for Lightroom to invert and edit my images. So far, this is the best option that I found to be able to get that inversion that I want with the correct colors and contrast for my image. There are free options that you can find. You can invert them manually using Lightroom, but just so you know, it takes a lot more to get a good image out of it, and most often you'll end up getting a sort of washed out look. With all of this being said, I know that sometimes it sounds better to just take your roll to your local lab and have them do all the work for you, which it can be definitely an option, but if you wanted to take more of a hands-on approach to your photos, developing at home can give you such a huge freedom to pretty much experiment without a huge sort of amount of money in your pocket. While again, I do enjoy the hands-on process that developing at home gives me, I know that my lack of experience only take me so far. I'm excited to continue this journey of learning how to be more creative with my photography, but I do know that when I get my paid clients, I am not going to be developing my roles at home, at least for the time being, until I can get better at it. I will be taking my paid work to my local lab, so that way they can do their thing and I can pay for the quality of image that my clients deserve. Now you may be asking yourself, what is the next step on my journey? Well, that is going to be to have a dark room at home. Now that might be a little bit more difficult in my current situation, but when I get there, it's gonna be great. I've done darkroom printing before. I actually got some of these images here. Yeah, I went into a darkroom and developed these photos with my wife. So yeah, I'm really excited to continue this, and I'm really excited to eventually get to that darkroom printing scenario. So yeah. Until then, well, that is all that I have for you guys here today. If you guys learned something, feel free to go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and share with someone that is also getting or trying to dip their toes in home developing. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the videos for this year, there is a playlist that I'll link in the sections here for you guys to check out every single video that has come out this year if you guys want to catch up. But for now, again, that is all that I have for you guys. Yeah, for sure, next week we will go ahead and take a look at the new film roll that I got from Harman, the new Azure Switch color, I believe it's called. But anyways, you guys will see it there. But yeah, that is all that I have for you guys here today. Thank you guys so much for taking out today's video. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.